wait, let me start the timer. Wait, can you pause that?
You're good. We'll just keep.
Oh, okay.
I'll just cut it out.
Start. Okay. Oh wait. Timer. 10 minutes, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about a difficult conversation I had with one of my like friends, I guess. So basically, junior year, we met. So my high school is so big that like you don't know. I mean, you went to a big school, so you should know. Yeah. But like how you don't like you can still like go throughout all of high school and not like meet someone.
Yeah.
But so junior year, basically, I was in class council, and she's student helped for the teacher that was like led class council during the period of class council. So we just met and we like started hanging out, and we got super close. Like we hung out every single day. Like people like started like joking around that like even like my mom did that like she was my boyfriend because like we were with each other all the time. And then we started like having problems, and it like started with like she started tracking me on Find Friends, which like I had her location too, but I never really look at Find Friends, you know?
Just in case.
Yeah, but she looked at it constantly, and if I was like hanging out with another friend or something, she'd get really mad, and she'd like just text me like, why are you at like Target or something like that. Like she'd look on Find Friends all the time, and then I started getting annoyed. I was like, I don't have to tell you like where I am. Like, you know, and sometimes it'd be like she'd start like getting like so defensive about where I was, and I was literally like somewhere with my family or my brother or something like that. Like, and I was just like, that's unhealthy, like stuff like that. And basically so prom time came around, and my date like wasn't friends with like all the guys that like, so I went with like Annabelle, who's that friend, and like then our friend group, and it like all the boys that like went with us weren't really friends. And so like for the after party, we were all going to my friend Morgan's house, and we were gonna like spend the night in tents and stuff. And my date like wasn't friends with them, and like I know he like didn't want to spend the night because like it was just me that he really like talked to and stuff. So I like didn't care. I was like, oh, you can like go like at a different after party. But he wanted me to go with him to one of the after parties. So I went with him for a little bit, and Annabelle started texting me, like, where are you? Like, get over here. And then Morgan, like, started texting me. She's like, if you don't come by midnight, like, you're not allowed in. And I was like, okay, like, Connor, you'd have to take me, like, right now. And so he took me, and Annabelle was just, like, so mad that, like, I went to this other after party because she wasn't really friends with any of the girls that were at the other ones. Like, they were kind of mean to her. But I was just, like, I went because, like, Connor wanted me to. And, you know, like, it was his prom. Like, he came with me to, like, the dinner with all, like, my friends and stuff. So I'm gonna, like, go with him for a little. And, like, I ended up here, so why does it matter? Basically, she, like, just started ditching me after that. Like, she never, like, asked me to hang out or anything. But she would still track me.
That's so weird.
Oh, it was so annoying. And she'd still, like, call me out, and she'd be like, you're my best friend, even though, like, we haven't hung out in, like, 2 weeks. And I was like, we haven't hung out. Like, you can't, like, yell at me for this stuff. So this girl moved from a different high school. Her name was Hannah. And we started becoming really close. And Annabelle met Hannah first. Like, she was in a class. And that's how that's how I met Hannah. But they still weren't really, like, friends. But then, like, one day, it was over the summer, I was super bored, and I was like, okay, like, I'll ask Hannah to hang out. So I did, and Annabelle saw I was with Hannah, and she texted me, she was like, you know, why are you doing this? Like, that's, like, such a horrible friend move. Like, you can't hang out with someone I introduced. And I was like, you guys haven't hung out outside of school. Yeah. Like, you just had a class together. Like, so that tracking was crazy, and she started tracking Hannah.
Oh, wow.
And one time we were at a party, and we spent the night, and then Hannah dropped me off at a store in Carmel where my mom was at, because Hannah lives in Irvington, so she'd have to drive, like, to my house and then, like, go far, even though, like, from Carmel she could just take the highway, like, straight to her house. So I was like, okay, like, my mom's at, like, my area, you can just drop me off there. So she did, and Annabelle texted Hannah. She's like, who are you with? Like, why are you in Carmel? What are you doing? And then I, like, literally I started unfollowing her. Like, I wouldn't let her follow my location. and she just, like, texted me going off and all this stuff. Like, she was just, like, one of those people that's, like, you, like, she can do other stuff with other people, but you can't. Like, you literally have to be at home. Yeah. And it's just, like, okay, you have been an awful friend to me. Like, you ditched me. And, like, she would just always text me, like, mean things and stuff. And it was just, like, a toxic relationship.
I think it's crazy that people will be, like, so obsessive with something. Because there's, like, a level of being a good friend. So, like, even sharing your location with your best friend is fine for safety reasons. And, like, hey, I'm walking home, it's late, just watch me if I'm, like, flying to Peru or something, like, I'm not okay. So, just that, like, level of intensity that she had with you, and the fact that she didn't, like, wasn't in it for the right reasons, obviously, because she completely ditched you, and then started doing it to Hannah, so that's crazy.
It's not good, and she, like, started dating this guy that was a junior, and she was, like, always with him, like, too, like, I think that, like, she started dating that boy right after prom, too, so, like, that kind of, like, helped her drop me, because then now she had someone new to hang out with.
Attention.
Yeah. And so she, I stopped talking to her, basically, and then her boyfriend broke up with her.
Okay.
This was, like, a week before, like, our senior, like, graduation dance or whatever. And so she, didn't have anyone to go with. Like, I just heard from people that she wasn't gonna go. And, like, I felt, like, bad for her. And so I texted her. I was like, hey, like, you have it. And I told her the truth. I was like, I don't think you, like, treated me, like, the best. But, like, obviously, like, I still want to be a good friend to you. And, like, I feel horrible that your boyfriend, like, ditched you. And he was going to be your date. Like, I'll go with you. All of this stuff. And she, like, didn't apologize right away. She was just like, thanks. And then, like, a few days later, she texted me, like, how nice that was. And I think that, like, she just, like, didn't want to admit that she was a bad friend at first. But then I think she realized, like, maybe she talked to her mom or something about it. And I think she realized, and she did end up apologizing to me. And it was, like, a civil conversation that we had.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I just, like, after, like, having so many texts, like, in the past of, like, her just, like, attacking me and me, like, trying to fight back, I, like, stopped, like, when I kind of cut her off, like, I just stopped responding. Like, I would just respond, like, really short, like, okay, or, like, I'm sorry you feel that way. And, like, I didn't really do anything to, like, provoke her, and that's when she stopped, like, texting me and stuff. But I think she really appreciated my text, and we did end up going, and she kind of just, like, left the dance.
Okay.
But she didn't have any, like, a lot of good friends in high school.
So what was it?
So I understood, and I kind of was, like, with other people at the dance, too. But, yeah, now we're friends. Like, she, like, texts me every once in a while. She goes to IU.
Okay.
So she'll just be like, oh my gosh, like, guess what? And her roommate is actually my roommates. Like, they're best friends in high school. So we, like, talk about, like, we have that mutual, like, person friendship. Or people. So that's kind of nice. But, yeah, she's gotten better. She has a new boyfriend. Like, her other boyfriend in high school was, like, super crazy and, like, clingy. And, like, I was good friends with one of Duncan. That was her boyfriend. Like, his good friends. And Sam would tell me that he, like, at his house, he'd be like, like, how should I piss off Annabelle? And, like, they'd fight all the time. Yeah, and I think, like, once she got, like, her new boyfriend, like, he was less crazy. And I think she's just learned to, like, mellow out. Like, I still don't follow her on Find Friends because I'm still, like, scared. Because, she's just one of those people that, like, is crazy and super clingy. And it's nice, you know, to have, like, someone that's clingy like that. Because you always have someone to hang out. Like, you're never bored, really. It is kind of like a boyfriend. Like, you're always texting him. But then, like, when it gets to a point where it's too, like, they're always tracking you. And, like, again, like, I think that tracking thing is fine if, you know, like, I'll be like, oh, like, she said she's coming. Has she left her house yet or whatever? But I'm never one to go, even now, like, I still don't go and Find Friends and, like, look and be like, oh, my gosh, like, where is this person? Yeah, like, I just use it for stuff like that. So, and when I took her off Find Friends, it was, like, a relief because she couldn't have...
She couldn't have that big piece of, like, bugging you because she wouldn't know, like, where the where you were.
Yeah, and I just think she was insecure, and like when I think she had a lot of friends in high school. Like she like had different friend groups, and they all just started like hating her.
Yeah. So I think that was like really big of you to go ahead and initiate that text, because it's so hard when we have these friends that don't appreciate us in the way that they should. Like, I am a person, I am not just a thing that you get to hang out with all the time. And I think that was so big of you to go and send that text. And now, like, see where it got you. You guys are pretty good friends now, and everything's all good. So I think that was, I'm really proud of you, Susie.
Thank you. Okay.